Kelowna home prices are rising, despite the threat of tariffs from the United States, lower consumer confidence, and political uncertainty. It sounds backwards, right? But it's happening. And in some segments, we've seen growth of up to 5% in what's supposedly a buyer's market. So what's really going on here? In this video, we'll try to answer that question and dive into what's going on in the Kelowna real estate market right now. We'll take a look at the price of single-family homes, townhomes, and condos, and have a look at where prices are trending as we head into the spring market. Let's dive in. Beginning with the number of residential sales in March, the Central Okanagan had 344 total sales. This is up from last year, which was a down year, but we're slightly below the level that we were in 2023. As is typical into a spring market coming out of the winter, sales have increased every single month so far this year. The number of inventory, though, is also starting to increase again, and it's up 18% year over year from where it was this time last year, and we have just over 3,000 residential listings currently on the market. The benchmark price of a single-family home was up 1% in March from $1,036,000 to $1,046,000. Year over year, this number is up 5.4% from just under $1 million to just under $1,050,000 in March. Taking a look at the benchmark price of a single-family detached home over the last 4 years, the price is still down 11% from the market peak in the spring of 2022, but since December 2023, the price has steadily increased outside of a couple months where we did see some softening in prices. Over the last 4 months, that price has steadily increased to where we sit today at $1,046,000. Going out over 10 years, you can see that the benchmark price of a single-family home in the area has doubled over the last decade. It is not quite to the price that we were in the market peak of 2022, but you can see that the price is above where it was after the market correction ended in September 2022. But before we get into the rest of the market, I'm Tyrell Boake, a realtor in Kelowna, and on this channel, I help you navigate the real estate market and provide you with useful information so you can make informed decisions that make sense for you. If you'd like to stay up to date on the Kelowna market, make sure you hit the like and subscribe buttons so you don't miss out on future videos. And whenever you're ready and you'd like to book a call with me to talk about your next move, you can do that at the link down in the description. Moving on to the benchmark price of a townhome, month over month from February to March, it was up 2.8% and came in at $750,000. Year over year, that price is also up 2% from the $735,000 we were a year ago to just over $750,000 today. Looking at the benchmark price of townhomes over the last 4 years, we're still down about $90,000 from where we were from the market peak in 2022, and we're relatively back to where prices were in December of 2021. Over the last 6 months or so, that price has trended upwards, but there were 2 months before March where the price was coming down. There's a lot of volatility in this segment of the market, and it's hard to make a prediction where prices are going to go on a month-to-month basis. But if you look at the last decade, we are up about double from where prices were in 2015. Moving on to the condo price, it was down 1.7% in March from where it was in February and came in at $504,500. However, that benchmark price is up 4.2% year over year. And looking at the benchmark price of condos over the last 4 years, we are down about $40,000 to $50,000 from the market peak, and over the last 2 months, that price has been declining. But like the other two categories of homes, the benchmark price of a condo has more than doubled over the last 10 years. And if we take a look at the composite benchmark price, this is a combination of all three asset classes. It shows that there has been some stability in the market over the last 2 years, but collectively, over the last 6 months, the market has been increasing in price. Moving on to the price ratio, which is the ratio of the final selling price versus the actual final asking price of a home, that ratio has actually moved up in the single-family detached home market to where we're sitting at about 97.7%. Townhomes is the same as it was the month before at 97.8%, and condos, the price ratio has gone up to 97.3%. This means that there's a little bit less negotiating room in a lot of these homes that are selling versus what the asking price is. Next, we'll take a look at the months of inventory. This is the measure of how many months it would take to sell out the existing inventory at the current sales level. In the single-family home market, we've moved to 9.1 months of available inventory, which is still a buyer's market, but it's moved down slightly from the previous month. And if we look at townhomes, we have 6.9 months of available inventory, which is down from the 8.3 months of inventory of the previous month. And in the condo market, the months of available inventory has moved slightly to 8.7 months of inventory, which is a buyer's market. So recapping the months of inventory, we're strongly in a buyer's market, and we have been for well over a year now in the Central Okanagan, but it hasn't had a significant impact on pushing prices down, and you might be asking yourself, why is this happening? From what I'm seeing on the ground here in Kelowna, one of the big reasons that prices are holding steady is the type of inventory that we're dealing with. Right now, there are two types of sellers. Those that are actually motivated to sell and are pricing their homes for the market, and then there's those sellers that still think it's 2022, or they say things like, I'm not selling unless I get my price. This gives us the illusion that there's more inventory than there actually is, because some of that inventory really isn't saleable. Buyers and their agents know the difference, and they're not going to overpay for a property because they know that they have other choices. But here's the thing, well-priced homes, they're still selling quickly, some of them over the asking price and some of them in multiple offers. For example, this is a condo that recently sold in Kelowna North, which is considered to actually be the downtown core of the city. This one was on the market for only 20 days. It was 2 bedrooms, just over 1,000 square feet. It was listed for $439,000 and it sold for $442,000. If it sold over the asking price, that tells me that there was more than one offer on this property. And another example that I found that sold recently was on Dilworth Mountain. This is a 4-bedroom family home that's just over 3,000 square feet on a good sized lot. This home was only on the market for 17 days and sold for $500 over the asking price. So what does this mean? For sellers, realistic pricing is key. If you're not priced realistically for the current market, you're going to sit on the sidelines and watch the market go by. And for buyers, you have a lot of choices, but if you see something that you love, you need to move quickly because the good ones are still selling fast. I expect we'll continue to see some price appreciation as we head into the busier spring market, especially in the single-family home segment. But what are you seeing out there? Let me know in the comments down below. And if you'd like a step-by-step guide to buying your next home, you can download one for free down in the description. And if you'd like to see what's going on with prices in the real estate market across Canada, check out this playlist right here. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.